Hey, boy.
Josh Frab thought his dog
Can I keep him?
was almost human
Hey, boy, come again.
until he hit the cord
No way.
and became a real animal. On August 1st, the dog is in the house.
Ain't no rules said the dog can't play basketball.
Yes!
Can someone cover that dog?
Y'all ready for this?
Disney's Airbud.
Does he dribble?
No, but he might drool a little bit.
Rated PG. Starts Friday, August 1st.
In a world where podcasts reign supreme, two friends dare to ask, do you even movie? Hosted by filmmaker Henrique Couto and movie aficionado David D. Neuer. Spoiler alert.
So what did we see, Dave?
We went to see Weapons, the new Zach Krieger movie from the guy that did Barbarian a couple of years ago. Or was it last year at this point? I can't remember.
That was a couple years ago, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I enjoyed it. No, I had a good time with it. I enjoyed Barbarian and also grew up watching Zach on The Whitest Kid You Know. So seeing him get into horror and have two banger flicks has been pretty awesome so far.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to see Weapons a couple more times.
A little too slow for you?
Well, yeah. It was pretty slow in the opening.
Yeah.
But Barbarian was really slow in the opening too.
Yeah, because you had that initial, like 20 to 30 minutes or so, I want to say. And then got into, with Weapons, it was like about 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I think it could have lost 20 minutes and it wouldn't have been too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, across like the whole thing, not like in one specific part.
No, I gotcha. I mean, and then like we said off mic, the non-linear storytelling that he does both in Barbarian as well as Weapons, I like that. But yeah, I mean, it definitely does make you wait for the payoff. But there was definitely a payoff with Weapons.
Yeah, I would definitely agree.
Yeah.
No, it definitely doesn't make you wait for nothing. It's not an Ari Aster movie.
No, that's fair.
So
that is definitely fair. I think honestly, my favorite part of it was you and me both were talking in the theater that I can't think of her name, but let me find her name real quick. But she plays Shanine in Uncle Buck, and she turned out to be a character in this that caught me off guard because I'd seen pictures floating around without going into spoilers too much. I'd seen pictures floating around of the character she plays. Had no idea that was her.
well, she's definitely a lot older.
Yeah. What's her name? Where is she? Amy Madigan. Yeah.
Yeah, and she did a great job.
No, she's fantastic. Because she popped up in something a while back. I mean, she's the mom in Field of Dreams, if you don't know that. She's also in Streets of Fire. Oh, she was in Antlers. She was Antlers. She was the principal in Antlers.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was trying to think of where saw her recently. Recently isn't 4 years ago, but.
Oh, well. Yeah, but who's counting?
Oh, and she's also the chick in The Hunt, convenience store.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's actually been in a lot of stuff recently.
Yeah, she has, yeah. But yeah, no, Weapons, I would highly recommend. Definitely worth the trip to the theater for it. Our showing was a little low, it felt like, or maybe the mix is
I thought the
low.
movie was just quiet.
That might be it, too.
Because when it was loud, it was very loud.
Yeah.
But the movie is, I thought, there were long stretches of quiet.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Purposeful. I thought. So
no, definitely. Well, at one point we didn't know if the ambience of the rain pummeling down on our theater was actually part of the soundtrack or actually raining outside, and it turned out we just had a really big storm move through.
Well, in the movie, it's told from I think 5 perspectives.
Yeah,
and each one of them they're relatively the same span of time, and each one of them it rained.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
when I would hear like rain ambience, I was like, oh, is this the part where it rains in this segment? So I didn't know really. I didn't really know for sure until we walked out into the parking lot and it was wet out.
Yeah. But no, Weapons, I would highly recommend. Check it out if you can. I think this is its first full week because I think it just came out last weekend.
Yeah, it came out the prior weekend, so it's already a hit.
Yeah.
So good on them. I mean, well earned. I'm really curious to see what's next.
Yeah.
because, there's always the possibility of a sophomore slump.
Yeah.
And this one was pretty good. I mean, it's hard to top Barbarian.
Barbarian was such a surprise to begin with. The trailers gave you really nothing when that movie came out. And then when you and I went to see it, I thought for sure that Skarsgård was going to be some part of evil, but turned out not.
I mean, I think that's why they cast him.
Yeah, well, absolutely.
I mean, that and the eye, that weird eye. They were just like, I feel bad for him. Gotta give him a little bit of money.
But I mean, we're having a fucking banger of a year for horror. I'm loving it so far.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good year for it.
Yeah.
I mean, we started early.
Yeah. But I mean, like, compare it. Everybody was curious if we could match up to like Long Legs and everything that happened last year, because last year was super strong too. And so far, I think, honestly, this year might even be topping last year, in my opinion.
Well, and we haven't even gotten to Osgood Perkins' movie for the year.
Is that Keeper?
Yep.
Yeah, Keeper. Yeah.
Comes out in November.
So he's got 2 this year. He's got The Monkey and Keeper.
Yeah.
Wow.
Remember at the end of Monkey, they showed it.
Yeah.
And it said coming this year.
I still need to see, even though it's not him, but they showed the trailer when we went to see it. I still need to watch The Woman in the Yard. It's on Peacock now, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet.
I loved it. Nobody else seemed to care, but I loved it.
I saw a couple people saying it was pretty decent. Presence was one that I did not expect to be blown away by.
Was that this year?
Yeah. Pretty sure it was.
Could be.
Let me check. 90% sure it was. Let's see. Presence was listed as 2024, but I think that's when it was made. I think it was released this year, though. Let me double check. Yeah, released January 24th of 2025.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. I mean, that wasn't really a horror movie.
No. It was more... not thriller, but
it was like a mystery drama kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it did feature ghosts.
Yeah, psychological heavily.
Yeah. I mean, I just there wasn't anything particularly horrific. It was very, very tense.
Yeah.
And mysterious. So I really enjoyed it.
And it's currently on Hulu in the States. So if you have not seen Presence yet, make sure you check out Presence on Hulu, because that is definitely worth a watch. 84-minute runtime too. I forgot about that. It is pretty quick.
It zoomed right by.
So have you watched anything with your Joe Bob recently at all? You talked about the one, what was it that had the criminals that were together? What's his face? Michael Pare is in it.
Oh, you're talking about World Gone Wild.
World Gone Wild, yeah.
With Bruce Dern.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Not at all what I would expect. It was just kind of a very, very dark humor, like post-apocalyptic sci-fi movie.
I'm curious. You said it's like nowhere, right? Except that on YouTube.
Yeah,
apparently.
There's a good transfer on YouTube, which might be legitimate. It's hard to tell.
Huh.
And that's about it.
That actually kind of leads us into tonight's movie, because I found out it's legitimately on YouTube under Airbud's channel.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a mainstream movie, but it's older.
Yeah. But yeah, the entire movie. It just surprised me because Disney, I mean, it's a Disney movie, and I didn't think they normally gave stuff for free.
I don't know. I mean, they don't keep all of their stuff only on their app.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they have a decent amount of exclusives, but a lot of their stuff is elsewhere. A lot of stuff's on Netflix, and all YouTube really is the largest video on demand platform in the world.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you have the views, it'll make you just as much money as Tubi or Pluto or anybody.
Well, and I just found out too that Air Bud and its sequels only hit Disney Plus like back in 2023, according to Wikipedia at least.
Well, Disney Plus is still somewhat young,
somewhat newish.
I mean,
yeah.
Didn't it launch right at COVID?
Right around. I think maybe, was it before? I think it was like maybe right before, but I could be wrong.
November 12th, 2019.
2019, yeah. Thought so. Okay.
So right before.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's relatively young.
Yeah. But yeah, we are talking about 1997's Air Bud tonight. 1 hour and 38 minutes, rated PG for brief, mild language. The only one of the series rated PG, by the way.
Oh, they're all G after that?
They're all G after that. All 13
right.
of them.
That sounds right, because, like, yeah, the PG Disney era was... I don't know. I feel like it was much more during the theatrical era.
Yeah, I mean, because you had like the ones that come to mind are like Flubber, Angels in the Outfield, God, I mean, most of the ones that I'm thinking of are 90s, but I mean, there was definitely some in there that were in the 80s that were PG too, I think.
I mean, I don't know when G was introduced. That might have been an original, but I'm not for sure.
Possible, yeah.
But I mean, there were just a lot of PG kids movies. I mean, Hook was PG, and
Bushwhacked.
Bushwhacked was PG.
I think Little Giants is PG too, actually.
Home Alone was PG.
Home Alone's PG, yeah.
So I mean, there was always the edge, but I would say that without the extensive knowledge you have of the Air Bud cinematic universe, that they probably leaned into the G after the first one because they were really going for their target market, which was like really young.
Yeah,
like
so
really young.
We'll talk about it when we get to trivia, obviously, but the first one was a big hit theatrically. So the second one was theatrical. Air Bud Golden Receiver was theatrical, but it did so poorly that then from that point on, the 3 Air Bud sequels after that were all direct to video, and then basically every single Air Buddies, which I'll talk about also, was also straight to video.
Huh.
Some of them may even premiered on Disney Channel. I can't remember, but yeah, I watched according to my Letterboxd, I watched 20 hours of Air Bud movies in the last 2.5 weeks.
Oh, did you keep track by just writing with feces on the wall, or?
I had to break them up. I mean, I did towards the end because I just wanted to get them done about the last 3-4 days ago. I did mainline about 5 within a day. And that was a lot.
Sounds like a lot.
So the IMDb synopsis of Air Bud says an unexpected player joins the basketball team, a circus dog who escaped from a cruel master.
What?
An unexpected player joins the basketball team, a circus dog who escaped from a cruel master.
That is a weirdly arranged sentence.
Considering not really a circus dog, more so just a performer dog for the clown. But
I mean, you can be a circus performer, if you perform something traditionally from the circus.
That makes sense.
So, I mean, and clowns are traditionally from the circus.
Also true.
So,
my synopsis says, when Josh and his family move to a new town, Josh discovers a stray golden retriever who can play basketball.
I mean, that's pretty straight.
We have 2 taglines this week, one of which is he sits, he stays, he shoots, he scores.
Pretty solid. That's
Not
very
bad.
90s, solidly 90s.
And the other one is the dog is in the house.
Okay. I mean, fair enough.
Air Bud currently on Disney Plus, also on Fossum, rentable on Prime and Fandango. And as I mentioned, there is an exclusive YouTube link for the entire movie up as well. So you can find it in multiple places. Our director of the film is Charles Martin Smith, who gets his start in 1986 directing Trick or Treat.
That one?
Sammy Kerr.
That was the first movie
That
of
was the first
director of Air Bud.
Yes, was Trick or Treat.
I'm glad to see he moved up.
Because then he goes on to do Boris and Natasha in 91.
I always liked that movie.
You did, yeah. That came up recently, I think. And then 50-50 in 92. He does Space Above and Beyond in 96, an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 1997. Also the same year he directs Air Bud. Then he goes and does Roughing It in 2002, The Snow Walker in 2003, which he's also the writer on, Da Vinci's Inquest in 2004, Icon in 2005, Da Vinci City Hall in 2006, Intelligence in 2006, Stone of Destiny in 2008, which he is the writer on, Dolphin Tale in 2011, Dolphin Tale 2 in 2014, which he's the writer on. Then you got Motive, A Dog's Way Home in 2019, A Christmas Gift from Bob in 2020 are his last on his resume.
Wow, so he was still going with the kids' movies.
Yeah, still
Good
going.
for him.
Writer on the film, we have 3 this week. First one is Paul Tamsey. He gets his start as a writer on Kindred the Embrace, 1996, the TV show, the vampire TV show.
I don't remember that.
That was I believe it's like maybe 13 episodes or so. What's his face? Brian Thompson plays a vampire on it.
From Kids in the Hall?
No, Brian Thompson, the big face guy in Cobra. The slasher guy. I can't think of his killer's name in that movie. Then there was Air Bud in 97, which he's the writer on. Air Bud Golden Receiver in 98, he also writes. Walking Across Egypt in 99. Air Bud World Pup, he gets character credit on. Air Bud 7th Inning Fetch in 2002, he gets character credit. Air Bud Spikes Back gets character credit. Air Buddies in 2006 gets character credit.
I have a feeling he's going to get character credit on all of them.
Snow Buddies, Santa Buddies, The Search for Santa Paws. Then he also writes The Fighter with Christian Bale and Mark Wahlberg in 2010. Based on Mickey. What's his name? Mickey Collins, I think is his name.
The boxing dog?
Yeah. The boxing dog. Then he goes and does a character credit for Spooky Buddies, Treasure Buddies, Santa Paws 2, The Santa Pups, Super Buddies in 2013 he gets character credit on. He writes The Finest Hours in 2016. Follows that up the same year with Patriots Day in 2016.
Oh.
Yeah. Then goes to write The Outpost in 2019 and Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare in 2024. And most recently wrote and directed Depravity in 2024.
That sounds familiar.
It does, yeah. I looked it up, and I don't know if we maybe saw a trailer for it or whatnot, but I haven't seen it, but it looks decent.
Because that other one, that Ungentlemanly
yeah.
Combat thing, that was in the theater for like a second.
I think it's a Guy Ritchie, if I'm not mistaken. I think he directed that.
It sounds like his kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. Other writer on the film is Aaron Mendelsohn. He gets his start in 1996 with Kindred the Embraced as well. Goes on to write Air Bud in 97, A Change of Heart in 98, Air Bud Golden Receiver, Chapter 0, Air Bud World Puppet gets character credit on. Seventh Ending Fetch gets character credit on. Buddies, Snow Buddies, Space Buddies. Then he does The Three Investigators and The Secret of Terror Castle in 2009. He writes and gets character credit on Santa Buddies and Spooky Buddies. Then does 12 Dates of Christmas in 2011. Treasure Buddy character credit in 2011 as well. Secret Diary of an American Cheerleader in 2012. Like Cats and Dogs in 2017. He also is a writer on Monkey King Reloaded in 2017 and Esme and Roy. And then our final writer is Kevin DeKiko. He gets his start in 97 as creating Air Bud, the character. So he created the dog playing basketball.
It wasn't a part of anything before. I guess he just came up with the concept.
Yeah, he gets.
Or was he the trainer?
I don't know. He gets character credit for Air Bud on every single incarnation, basically.
Incarnation.
Thank you. I wanted to say incantation, but I knew that wasn't right.
That doesn't sound right. What was his name?
Kevin DeKiko. DICICCO.
Says he's an actor.
Yeah, he did have like a pretty heavy acting resume, I want to say.
Yeah, I don't know. But he was found by, it was his owner.
Oh, okay.
And he was found as a stray dog in Sierra Nevada. Did you find any of that in trivia?
I didn't. That one, that one wasn't mentioned.
Oh yeah, that's the story of Buddy the dog. He was found in, in the Sierra Nevada.
Yeah, because he's in Air Bud, Fluke, and he was also Comet on Full House temporarily. Because he, unfortunately, I'll talk about it at the end of the show as well. But he unfortunately passed after Air Bud. Cinematographer on the movie is Mike Southton. He gets his start in 1980 with A Change of Sex. He also does the DP as Mata Hari in 82. So the canon film with, what's her name? Oh man, what is her name? It's going to bug me.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's the one that got addicted to coke. They talk about on the documentary. Let's see. Sylvia Crystal. He shoots Mata Hari in 82. All the World's a Stage in 84. Give Us a Break in 84. He shoots the Frankie Goes to Hollywood video for Welcome to the Pleasure Dome. Arena in 85. Gothic in 86. Ken Russell's Gothic. It's a pretty solid flick. Captive in 86. He shoots the video for George Michael's I Want Your Sex in 87. Aria in 87. Bananarama I Heard a Rumor video in 87. George Michael's Faith video in 87. Paper House in 88. Queen of Hearts in 89. He shoots Spy Maker, The Secret Life of Ian Fleming in 1990. Chicago Joe and the Showgirl in 1990. Heart, All I Want to Do Is Make Love to You music video in 1990. Then he also in 1991 shoots A Kiss Before Dying, the one you watched recently.
Oh yeah,
solid.
That's a really good one.
Solid neo noir. If you have not seen it, Matt Dillon and Sean Young, really really good remake of a noir from the 50s. Then he does Little Man Tate in 1991, Prisoner of Hope in 91, Prince Diamond and Pearls video in 91, Prince Cream in 91. Wuthering Heights in 92. He shoots the November Rain video for Guns N' Roses in 92. Seal Prayer for the Dying in 94. Tori Amos Pretty Good Year in 94. Roommates in 96. The Run of the Country in 95. The Final Cut in 95. Little Red Riding Hood in 95. Snow White Tale of Terror in 97. Air Bud in 97. Then he shoots Golden Receiver in 98 as well. The Duke in 99. RKO 281 in 99. Jean-Claude Van Damme's Replicant in 2001. He shoots Air Bud Spikes Back in 2003. MXP Most Extreme Primate in 2003. He shoots Pursued, Bandito, Spymate, The Mermaid Chair, Beneath, Air Buddies in 2006, Lifeline in 2007, You Be Dead in 2009, The Nutcracker Untold Story in 2010, Little House in 2010, Spooky Buddies in 2011, and Doctor Who episodes in 2013.
Quite a career.
Yeah, he does. Moving down to our cast, we have Michael Jeter, who plays Norm Shively in the film. He gets his start in 1979, starring in Hair. Goes on to be in Lou Grant in 1980, From Here to Eternity, The Mating Season, Ragtime in 81, Soup for One, Search for Tomorrow, Zelig, Sentimental Journey, episodes of Night Court in 84, The Money Pit in 86, Designing Women, Crime Story, Another World, Dead Bang in 89, Tango and Cash in 89, Miller's Crossing in 1990, Fisher King in 91, which he is fantastic in. If you have not seen The Fisher King, Robin Williams and Jeff Bridges, along with Jeter, and I believe Amanda Plummer is in it as well. Fantastic movie. I cannot recommend enough.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He also does When Love Kills, the seduction of John Hearns in 93, Tales of the City in 93, Bank Robber in 93, Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit, Gypsy, Evening Shade, Aladdin series, Drop Zone, Picket Fences, Waterworld, Chicago Hope, Sesame Street, Can't Hurry Love, The Boys Next Door, Dream On in 96, Mrs. Santa Claus in 96, Murphy Brown in 97, Duckman. Then he does Air Bud in 97. Same year, he also is on Johnny Bravo, Mouse Hunt, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Ransom of the Red Chief in 98, Thursday in 98, underrated movie, cannot recommend enough. Zach and Reba in 98, Patch Adams in 98, Touched by an Angel in 99, True Crime, The Naked Man, The Wild Thornberrys, Jacob the Liar, Green Mile in 99 because he's the owner of Mr. Jangles.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's fantastic in Green Mile. South of Heaven, West of Hell in 2000, The Gift, Jurassic Park 3, Hey Arnold, Welcome to Collinwood, Taken in 2002, Open Range in 2003, Polar Express in 2004. Unfortunately, we did lose him back in 2003, March 30th. He passed at age 50 from an epileptic seizure and asphyxiation.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was taken out very young, and it's very sad because he had a hell of a resume and was on his way up big time.
Yeah.
We also have Kevin Zegers in the cast, who plays Josh Fram. He gets to start in 1992 with Street Legal. Goes on to be with Life with Mikey in 93, Thicker Than Blood in 94, In the Mouth of Madness in 94.
Oh.
Credit, kid.
I mean, that checks out.
There's a lot of kids in that movie. Free Willy in 94, Tales of the Crypt Keeper in 94, Avelina in 95, The X-Files, Cold Heart of a Killer, Specimen, Little Bear, Goosebumps TV series in 95. He's in the episode Let's Get Invisible.
Okay, I remember that one.
Yeah. That's when I think that is one of the ones that traumatized me when I was a kid. It's either that one or it's The Headless Ghost. Because I think both of them had mansion scenes that were pretty chilling in that show. Rose Hill in 97, does Air Bud in 97, Magic School Bus, Traders, Shadow Builder, returns for Air Bud Golden Retriever in 98, Nico the Unicorn, Treasure Island, It Came From the Sky, does Komodo in 99, Twice in a Lifetime 99, So Weird, The Acting Class, MVP Most Vertical Primate in 2000, Air Bud World Pup in 2000, Sex, Lies, and Obsession, Air Bud 7th Inning Fetch, Virginia's Run, Wrong Turn in 2003. He is the one, I believe, that gets the really brutal kill with the barbed wire, or at least one of them.
Oh, yeah.
Because I remember, like, his ear is one that they find on the ground because it has the piercings, because he's the kid with the piercings in that movie. The Incredible Mrs. Ritchie in 2003, Fear of the Dark, Smallville, Dawn of the Dead remake, The Hollow in 2004, Runaway Home, House, Transamerica, Felicity and American Girl, Adventure, Zoom, It's a Boy-Girl Thing, The Jane Austen Book Club, Normal, The Narrows, 50 Dead Men Walking, Gossip Girl, Frozen with Adam Green in 2010.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Then he does Vampire in 2011, The Entitled in 2011, Titanic Blood and Steel, The Colony, Mortal Instruments City of Bones, Grace Point, Curse of Downers Grove in 2015, Sleepwalker, Aftermath, Fear the Walking Dead, Dirty John in 2019, Power, Rebel, The Rookie in 2022, and most recently, Dr. Odyssey in 2024.
Oh, still working.
Yeah, he is. I remember when he showed up, I think is it One Tree Hill that he pops up in? Because my sister was watching that. He's also on Gossip Girl, I believe, too. Yeah. And that was where I remember seeing him. But there's a movie, the one I said on there, The Entitled, which is him, Ray Liotta, and a couple other people. That was like one of those Anchor Bay titles they put out. Really, really good. About these rich kids that end up getting kidnapped. And it turns out there's a scheme going on that's bigger than what they put out to be originally.
So they're in over their heads.
They're in over their heads, indeed. We also have Bill Cobbs in the cast, who plays Arthur Chaney in the film. He gets a start in 1974 with The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. Goes on to be in Good Times in 76, Grease Lightning, Baby I'm Back, The Hitter, Rage of Angels, Trading Places, Silkwood, Brother from Another Planet, The Cotton Club, Compromising Positions, The Equalizer, One Life to Live, Color of Money, Streets of Gold, Sesame Street, Kate and Alley, Spencer for Hire, Five Corners, Suspect in 87, Dominic and Eugene, L.A. Law, The Slap Maxwell Story in 88, Bird, January Man, Homeroom, Designing Women. Let's see, Married People, Gabriel's Fire, Decoration Day. He's also in New Jack City in 91, The Hard Way in 91, True Colors, The People Under the Stairs in 91. He's also in Roadside Prophets, Exiled in America, The Bodyguard, All Fly Away, Coach, Demolition Man, Fatal Instinct, Hudsucker Proxy, Empty Nest, Northern Exposure, Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead, Fluke, Divas, Ed, ER, That Thing You Do, First Kid, Mojave Moon, Ghost of Mississippi, Walker Texas Rangers, Soulmates, Wayans Brothers. Then he does Air Bud in 97, follows it up with Polly. Hope Floats in 98, which I just found out recently. Do you know who directed Hope Floats, by the way?
I do not.
Forrest Whitaker.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he directed.
He directed a couple others.
I thought maybe he directed some TV, I remembered.
Yeah, he directed Hope Floats and a couple others because I found out recently listening to a podcast. Then he's in The Wild Thornberries, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, returning to the show.
Yeah.
Then you got For Your Love, Gregory Hines Show, The Outer Limits, Random Hearts, Sopranos, The Practice, Touched by an Angel, Rugrats, West Wing, Enough, My Wife and Kids, A Mighty Wind, NYPD Blue, Jag, Drew Carey Show, The Ultimate Gift, Hard Luck, Night at the Museum, October Road, Army Wives, CSI, Get Low, The Glades, The Muppets, Oz the Great and Powerful, The Bay, Rake, Hand of God, Dino Dana, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. in 2020, and Broken Church in 2025. He did unfortunately pass last year, June 25th of 2024, age 90 from natural causes.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, hell of a resume.
I would agree.
So what was your first time watching Air Bud?
Apparently I had never seen it all the way through.
Okay.
Because I did not remember a massive portion of the film.
Yeah.
So I must have seen it on television and thought that I had seen all of it because it would have been when I was like 11 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. So yeah, I don't remember watching it per se.
No, that's fair.
I was surprised. I really only remembered
The dog playing basketball.
Well, no, I remembered like the kid moving and stuff like that. I remembered some of the sentimental stuff. I didn't remember the court scene at all.
Yeah.
Like did not recall that at all.
The one thing that I've always distinctly remembered because of just how haunting it was to me is the coach throwing the balls at the kid.
Yeah. That was pretty brutal.
Yeah. But my first time watching it, I'm not 100% sure. I remember they showed it to us in school. I know we rented it from the library.
They showed it to you in school?
Mm-hmm. Like monthly movie.
You guys watched a movie every month?
Mm-hmm. Monthly movie. That was basically our reward at the end of the month for having good attendance, good assignments, not being a piece of shit, that sort of thing.
But, oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, dude, like monthly movie. That's how I saw Hook, Gunther and the Paper Brigade, Angels in the Outfield. I mean, I already seen some of these, but yeah, there was a large portion. We also premiered, was it Elf? Which I think Elf was in 6th grade, if I'm not mistaken.
And they made us, anything we watched had to have educational value.
Shit. At my school, we got to watch like Princess Bride. I mean, this was like later in the years, but yeah, I mean, we had a monthly movie, I think like from 3rd grade on, I would say.
Man, we didn't even have any movies till middle school, and then they had to be related to what we were learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how I saw. I mean, I saw some interesting stuff. That's how I saw Mr. Holland's Opus and some movies that were about like the French and Indian War and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, they like even like A Christmas Story was only shown because it was in social studies.
Gotcha.
Because it was about the past.
Yeah.
So we'd watch like movie adaptations of books we read in English class and stuff. But yeah, we didn't just watch movies for fun.
Yeah, Latin 3 had to get a permission slip signed so we could watch Gladiator. We watched Gladiator in Latin 3.
Did they speak Latin in Gladiator?
At some point. At some points they do. I think it's more so just the timing and place.
Okay.
We also watched, when I was in junior high, we had, it was like towards the end of the year, it was like the last week of school, I want to say. So we all got to like, there was different movies being shown in different classrooms. So like one classroom was showing Napoleon Dynamite. One classroom was showing, God, what was the other one? It was Heavyweights or something like that. But one of our teachers picked Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and 2 teachers took their classes outside because that movie was too adult.
I mean, it had some historical relevance, but that was kind of the joke.
Yeah.
Was that they were, kidnapping historical figures in order to write their school assignment.
From what I understand, the straw that broke the camel's back was Napoleon slamming on the bowling ball court going shit, 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 shit.
Well, you're saying meowed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. There's that, and then I think there was the 69 joke also did not sit well with the teachers, apparently.
Ha, funny internet number.
But yeah, no, Air Bud was a movie that we had rented it. I'd seen it before. It's not one I go back to often. I probably hadn't seen it probably 15 years until this episode.
Well, I would assume it's the kind of movie that if it hits you in that sweet spot, then you'll watch it again and again.
Yeah.
Kind of like, I mean, for me, I had like Indian in the Cupboard and Beethoven.
Yeah, which I just watched Beethoven for the first time this year.
That's so crazy.
It is kind of crazy, honestly, because I saw trailers for it a lot growing up and also knew that they existed. Plus, there's like, I think 8 of them now, if I'm not mistaken.
It's got to be plenty.
Yeah, because I know there's at least 7, because I have at least 7 or 8 in my voodoo.
Yeah, but I think that if it had hit me at the timing of like Beethoven or Little Giants or something,
yeah,
it probably would have been in the rotation a little bit more.
I feel like there's more of a recollection that there's more animals playing sports movies than there actually are, because like trying to get my like recommendations for this episode was like I was trying to like see if I could find something like that, because for some reason in my mind I thought that there were multiple movies of animals playing sports, but I really couldn't find any.
I thought they were like monkeys.
Ed,
that's about it.
Like Ed's the one that I think of, which I think is a monkey playing baseball.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, it's mostly the Air Bud movies, and then like most vertical primate was a skateboarding monkey. I remember that. I think a lot of them are monkeys now. I think about it.
Yeah. Ed, chimpanzee named Ed Sullivan, joins a minor league baseball team with Matt LeBlanc of Friends as his teammate.
Holy shit!
He's initially a mascot, but proves his talent on the field.
Oh my god. But yeah, I was hoping to find more than what I remembered, but yeah, I couldn't really locate too many that I could recall.
I mean, unfortunately, most of them are just going to be Air Bud sequels, probably.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And MVP most valuable primate. Tons of Air Bud movies. Oh, Gus. Struggling California Adams seek the help of a ball-kicking mule from Yugoslavia. Yeah, it's from 1978. Yeah,
Okay.
I remember.
I do remember Gus. I just didn't know it was that old.
MXP most extreme primate.
That's the skateboarding one. Yeah.
Snowboarding, you mean?
Is it snowboarding?
Yeah, that's the one where you snowboard. Well, you might skateboard as well.
I was just saying. I remember there was one MVP, MXP, one of those that there was a skateboarding monkey or rollerblading monkey, even, because I think it was around that time.
Then there was Soccer Dog, the movie.
Oh yeah, Soccer Dog.
And then another MVP movie, The Karate Dog, if you count karate.
I do.
A talking karate chopping dog teams with a police detective to solve the murder of his owner.
That sounds intense.
I think it's like really goofy.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Matilda the boxing kangaroo.
Holy shit. There are more than I realized.
Yeah, I just searched animal movies where animals play baseball, and that was one of the first lists that came up. Yeah, GameSpot has one too, but most of these are Air Bud movies.
Because Dunstan throws a frisbee, but I don't think Dunstan really plays sport. Well, actually, there may be a scene where they're playing baseball in the hotel room. Now that I think about it.
Ooh, the original Bonzo Goes to College from 1952.
There we go. Was Ronnie Reagan in that one?
Yes, he was.
Thought so.
About an ape and a college professor and an experiment about genetic theory. Yeah. Now, there's quite a few animal. The Soccer Dog, the movie. I don't think I'm going to find any that I haven't.
I was just saying, like,
are
there any that come to mind?
Oh, there's a second Soccer Dog movie called Soccer Dog European Cup.
Oh my God. Mr.
Go from 2013. A film about the very first gorilla playing in the Korean Baseball League.
Some of these sound awesome. I'll have to check some of these out.
Yep. Your brain is mush from all of the Air Buddies movies.
Oh, don't worry. I got plenty of details on those. So we start in regards to Air Bud. We meet Norman Shively, who is getting ready to go to a birthday gig as a clown. And he has Buddy with him. And what is Buddy's name in the beginning? Is it?
He didn't have a name.
He didn't have a name.
That's why he had to make one up on the
dog.
spot.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he names him Old Blue when he sees blue paint.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had no name.
Yeah. So he is getting the dog ready for a show. They pull into the driveway, and he basically threatens the dog with a newspaper, telling him that he's got to behave or else he knows what's going to happen this time.
Yep, he's going to whoop him.
So they go into the party, and everything's going fine so far. It's a children's party, a small gathering for the most part of kids, and they seem to be entertained with the dog. And then something goes wrong suddenly.
Yeah.
And the dog basically starts making a mess of the house and pissing off the mother. And Norm and the dog get thrown out. And he basically tells the dog that this was its last chance, puts it in a crate, puts it in the back of the truck, and goes driving off down the road, unaware that he forgot to did he forget to shut the back of it, or he just didn't tie it down, basically?
Yeah, it just fell out of the truck.
So he's driving on the road, and the dog's crate literally falls out, almost gets hit by a van.
No, by a semi-truck.
Semi-truck, yeah. And then that is when we also meet Josh, his mom, Jackie, and her daughter, as they are driving into Fernfield, moving into a new place. They're relocating to Fernfield, Washington. And we do find out that a little later on, but they have just recently lost their father about like a year or so ago.
Yeah. Yep, that's the heartstrings of Air Bud.
It really is, though. So Josh is a new kid in town. They move into a giant house, which I was... didn't his mom say that she got a job at like a napkin factory or something along those lines?
Well, I mean, the third largest napkin producer in North America.
Yeah.
I mean, I assume by the fact that she had like pantsuits and stuff that she was some kind of a higher up.
Oh, and she's talking about on the phone through the movie. She's talking about like pricing and whatnot on things. So yeah, I think she's
I'm pretty sure she's some kind of a manager or something.
Yeah. So they end up actually they about miss Buddy's crate, and by this point, Buddy is also out of the crate and standing on the side of the road in his little clown costume too, which is really sad.
yeah, and I can't imagine how awful it would be for a dog to wear a clown nose.
No kidding. So we also then go over, like I said, we go over to their house, and that is when Josh is getting into the new place. We're seeing that he's also going to be going to the new school, and he's going to be in the band. He's also going to be trying, not exactly, but trying out for the team, or at least trying to be friendly with the basketball team at the school.
Yeah, he seems to have an interest in basketball.
Yeah, so that is when he ends up having a really, really bad day at class. He's kind of made fun of in the class for playing the trombone, and he doesn't really make friends exactly right away, and he ends up walking home from school that day and comes to this old abandoned church where he actually finds Buddy hiding in the back, like in the back forest like area where this basketball court is.
Yeah, well, he goes past the fence, and there's an old, like, overgrown basketball court.
Yeah.
So he goes in there and tries to practice basketball where nobody will laugh at him. And then the bushes start growling.
Bushes start growling, and he tries to get Buddy out of the bushes by using a pudding cup.
I would like to think it was tapioca, but I think it was butterscotch.
Yeah, I think it was vanilla or butterscotch. Yeah. So he finds out that the dog honestly can watch him play basketball, but also follows the ball, and he starts bouncing the ball off of Buddy's nose. Buddy doesn't start taking shots just yet. He's just playing with the dog, basically.
Yeah. Well, most kids don't, prior to this movie coming out, don't assume a dog can play basketball. I mean, they're not just throwing a basketball to a dog.
There is that indeed. So yeah, he starts seeing that the dog can hit the ball, but he's not shooting any hoops yet, but they have a good time. And that's when he decides that he wants to bring Buddy home, because Buddy's abandoned, he's astray, and he wants to try and see if he can sneak the dog home at this point.
Well, sneak is a strong word. He takes him home to clean him up, to try and put the best foot forward to his mom.
It's so good. So he literally leaves a trail of pudding cups from the church almost to the house, like a large trail of pudding cups. And yeah, the next scene is he gets Buddy inside, and Buddy is put into the tub. I love it because Josh is like dressed in like a yellow rain slicker at this point, and it's a really cute scene.
Yeah, and the tub is just overflowing with suds, and he just throws the dog right in.
Yeah.
Do you ever have to give a dog a bath when you were little?
When I was little, no. Not that I can recall. When my sister's dog, Sydney, was still alive, I gave Sydney a bath a couple times, and I always laughed because she looked like Dobby in the Harry Potter movies when she was wet.
Yeah, dogs get real small.
Yeah.
When you get them wet. I used to have to give my Karen Terrier a bath, and he was not a fan. That's how I learned the trick. You probably don't even know the trick.
What's the trick?
You hold one of their front legs up, like by the paw.
Yeah.
And then they can't shake.
Ah.
They don't have balance.
Okay.
So that way they won't blast you with shaking until you're ready.
That makes sense. So yeah, Buddy also, while this is happening, so Buddy has been brought home at this point, and Josh is trying to be on his best behavior with his mom, but then Buddy ends up coming out a little prematurely and starts wrecking the dining room.
Well, I mean, he just spills like a 5-gallon jug of wallpaper glue.
Yeah, you know.
Which, I'm sure it's not that sticky.
No, not at all. So yeah, Josh tries to hide Buddy. That doesn't go well. So his mom basically gives him an ultimatum that if they're going to put up posters, they're going to look for his owner, and if his owner doesn't claim him in 3 weeks, Josh tries to whittle that down to like 2 weeks and a day. Ends up being that she agrees to the holidays.
Well, she said 1 week.
Yeah,
and he negotiated all the way up till after Christmas.
Yeah.
I did like that line because she says like, "Oh, you're going to be a lawyer."
Also, we forgot to mention too that Josh tries to get on the basketball team, but the coach takes notice of him and he goes, "You're the new kid. I'm looking for a team manager. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?" And he agrees to do it.
Reluctantly, after he's told you have to be here before the team gets here and leave after the team's left.
Yep.
Yeah. It sounds like a great opportunity to be bored.
So Josh goes about putting posters up downtown. They're trying to get Buddy's face out there and everything. And Buddy's making friendly with the home. There's at one point he goes out of the window of the second floor, gets onto the roof to retrieve the newspaper, which he then buries in the backyard because Norm threatens him with newspapers. So
he's
Buddy,
not a fan of newspapers.
Buddy is not a fan of them.
No, the whole sequence where Buddy climbs the trellis and gets up there and stuff is really impressive to watch.
No, it really is. And I love it too because his mom starts wondering where all the newspapers are going to.
Yeah, she's like calling the newspaper and saying like, I haven't gotten a paper in weeks. I do like that part where she comes out to get her paper and the neighbor's just like, "What's new?" And she's like, "I don't know."
So then by this point, Josh is also realizing that one of the maintenance guys at his school, which is Mr. Art Cheney, matches a basketball player card of one of his dads, Arthur Cheney.
Well, he notices it after he breaks into the guy's by accident. I mean, he's taking all the sweaty clothes to the laundry.
Yeah.
And he ends up just kind of sneaking around the janitorial station or whatever.
Sees him playing basketball, right?
Well, that's way later.
Oh, is that way later? Okay.
Yeah. No, he goes in there and he finds a jersey for the Knicks.
That's right.
Like number 8, I think. That's what makes him think to go home and look at his dad's basketball card collection.
Yeah. So he actually ends up taking the card to Art to even try to get him to sign it. And he puts it through this little grate. And he's like, do you think this is me? And he's like, yeah. He's like, is it? And he's like, no, that man died a long time ago.
Yeah. Not sad at all.
No,
Thanks,
not sad
Disney.
at all. But luckily a happy scene comes because we end up getting into the holidays. It's Christmas morning. Josh goes downstairs and his mom has put a bow on Buddy.
Well, the way they fake you out is pretty great because Buddy's just gone.
Yeah.
Because he's been sneaking into his bedroom, his upstairs bedroom window every night.
Yeah.
And you think that they've just taken Buddy away or something. And then he comes downstairs and Buddy's wrapped in a bow.
Yep.
And it's a very sweet little scene.
And this leads us into the big scene because I think it's like 45 minutes in that we actually see that Buddy can play basketball in regards of actually shooting a ball.
I don't know if it was that late, but it was definitely later than I was expecting.
I think it's 45-ish because I think I clocked it when I was watching. But yeah, he goes to the basketball court, the overgrown basketball court. He's playing around and the ball gets away from Josh. It gets over to Buddy and Buddy literally jumps up, takes a shot, and the ball goes into the hoop.
Yeah, and it's important to point out, they even point out in the credits that every time Buddy made a hoop, there were no special effects used. He was legitimately scoring hoops.
Yes, he was. He was a trained dog and could do it. And so that leads Josh to try to persuade the team to kind of accept Buddy. But that is that right here, I think.
Well, first, there ends up being an opening on the team.
Yeah, that's
one of
right.
the kids moves away.
Yeah.
So he gets a mysterious offer to join the team, which I'm assuming the janitor put in his locker.
Probably, yeah.
Although, yeah, probably the janitor.
Yeah.
But so he goes to try out for the team.
Yep.
That's what happens before Buddy makes his appearance.
Yeah, because they end up having their first game, or the first game for Josh, and he's playing on the court, and Buddy is left at home, except he ends up getting out, going to the school, getting on the court during gameplay, and starts making a fuss with everybody, but everybody is loving it.
Yeah, because Buddy is a damn fine basketballer.
Yeah, he gets the attention of everybody in the audience. They even, somebody is filming it at one point. They're trying to get Buddy off the court, but everybody is just amazed that this dog can play basketball.
I mean, it would be surprising.
It would be.
I would be surprised, even having seen Air Bud, if a dog started playing basketball in front of me.
So, he ends up making a big splash at the event that night. It's the end of the game, and everybody is meeting Buddy in the lobby. And this leads Buddy to get away from them for a second, and he ends up going into the gym where we find a really unfortunate scene that I mentioned earlier. The coach had one of the team players, Tommy, could not catch the ball. Anytime the ball was thrown to him, he would drop it. So the coach, in his stupor, is deciding to just hurl basketballs at Tommy while no one is in the gym except those two.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Except the principal catches him.
Well, because Airbud takes them all to see what's happening.
Yeah.
So, which is a interesting little reveal of Airbud's kind of empathetic nature.
It is. So this leads, obviously, for the coach to end up getting released from the team. He ends up getting fired. And so Josh goes to see the principal, and he asks, do you have anybody in mind to replace the coach? And she's like, no, I don't. And he's like, well, I do. And now we have Mr. Arthur Chaney taking over the team.
Yes, and his team style is very different because he's actually concerned with the team and not just their star player.
Well, and I love it because the first thing he does is he essentially takes away a physical basketball from the team because he wants them to work on their teamwork. He wants them to get comfortable with the ball, so they have a air ball.
Yeah, that way they have to pass it, have to pay attention to each other.
Yeah.
Because you're not catching a literal ball.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty clever way to point out that, that their star player especially is just not interested in his teammates.
Yeah. Well, and I love it too because Larry, who is the star player of the team, he does not go for this at first. Or actually really at all.
No, he's livid.
He hates it. He hates it, and even his father hates it. So this leads them to the next game where they're playing, and Larry does some showmanship stuff. He doesn't pass the ball. So Chaney pulls him out, and Larry's father gets pissed, and he's just like, all right, well, fine, then I'm taking my son, and we're going to another team. Bye.
Yeah, they just get up and leave the game entirely.
Yeah. So then by this point, Buddy kind of becomes the mascot of the school's basketball team. He also appears in halftime shows, which is what unfortunately gets him back in front of Norm's eyes.
Yeah, Buddy becomes very popular because he shoots hoops during the halftime show, which is, becomes, obviously, especially in a small town, it would become a massive story. It would make sense.
So they end up, the Timberwolves lose one game, but they do end up qualifying for the state finals. But again, while I mentioned Norm has now seen that Buddy is a star, and he's like, hey, that's my dog. I'm going to come back for it.
Yeah. He's quite the chooch.
Yeah. So they're getting ready for the championship game, and Norm goes to Buddy's house after seeing him on television, and he tries to reason with Jackie that is his dog because he has the papers. He has everything to prove it. And unfortunately, his mom can't fight him. He's got the papers that is his dog.
He has evidence. And they knew that the dog had to have had an owner, especially if it was trained.
Yeah.
So she hands him over, and we get the heartbreaking, taking the dog away from the kids scene, which was so popular in the 90s.
Well, and also, Norm does not hide at all in front of this kid that he's abusive. He's already showing Buddy a newspaper when he puts him in the car.
Oh, yeah. No, he has no reason to hide anything. He's a real sack of shit.
Yeah. So Josh obviously gets depressed. He goes to the court, and he just finds himself just being extremely sad, of course, with Buddy missing. So he decides that he is going to try and get Buddy back.
Yeah.
And he sneaks over into Norm's house. Norm is on the phone talking with a new gig. And I love the scene because he's talking about, the popularity of him and Buddy, and also that all these gigs and everything. Over a mountain of beer cans.
Well, and he's literally saying, I don't want my dog to promote beer.
Yeah.
And then he's like, we have an image. And then he's like, but how much money would it be?
How much money are we talking?
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, well, that's a lot of money. Yeah. So I love that, though. It's over a mountain of beer cans.
Yeah, no, it totally is. So a mountain of beer cans at the window. So Josh sneaks up. At first, he tries to get Buddy to come with him via pudding cups, but Buddy, unfortunately, is chained up in the backyard. So Josh realizes that he has to sneak in. He gets Buddy unchained, but Norm catches him right away, chases him out, gets into his truck, and is going after them, except Norm completely loses control of his truck as he's hanging out.
Well, his truck is falling apart.
His truck's a piece of shit.
As he goes to open the door falls off.
Falls off. Yeah,
the whole thing is just falling apart.
And he ends up smashing through the Fernfield, Washington sign as right before he heads into a lake. So the truck is now completely plummeted into the lake.
Yeah, what was left of it. The steering wheel came off. Everything was just flying off of that thing. The brakes came off.
Yeah. So Josh, realizing that he can't keep Buddy, he realizes that he has to set him free at least. He can't keep the dog. So
yeah, he's afraid that if he keeps Buddy, that guy will just keep coming and taking him, and he doesn't want him to get hurt.
No.
So he pulls a Harry and the Hendersons and tries to make Buddy leave him. and go live somewhere else. He takes him across the island or whatever.
Yeah,
on
gives
that
him
ferry.
a pudding cup and tries to get him to go away. Ends up throwing at one point.
Well, that's the thing, is he throws the ball knowing Buddy will chase it, but that's the ball his dad gave him.
Yeah.
Which is really, a major emotional cornerstone, because we see there's a photo of him and his dad playing with that basketball.
Yeah.
So him throwing it to let Buddy, chase after it is pretty intense
No, it really
emotionally.
is. Yeah. So he decides to leave Buddy, and that is when we get into the championship game with the Timberwolves, and it's not going well. There is an injury on the team. They're down some points, and honestly, the injury ends up leaving them with only 4 players to play. But luckily, somehow Buddy finds his way to the school, runs onto the court with his mom leading him, if I remember correctly. And now we are given the opportunity for Buddy to join the team, because it turns out there is no rule preventing a dog from playing basketball.
Which, did you check if that's true?
There is no rule technically, but there's stipulations that would disqualify him, unfortunately.
Oh, what? Racial? I see.
Somebody did an entire Reddit post about it, and literally people apparently were like not into the fact of like Air Bud, because they were just like, what the fuck question is this? This is really stupid.
Well, I mean, so is throwing a ball into a basket and everybody cheering, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive when you're a dog. He doesn't have any thumbs.
So Buddy is added to the roster of the team, and that is when the other coaches are just kind of befuddled at this, and they're also just like, you can't allow this. And I love it because Chaney's like, what's the matter, guys? Afraid to lose in basketball to a dog?
Well, I mean, maybe.
I mean, we also get the classic, does he dribble? No, but he might drool a little bit.
Yeah, that was the trailer line.
That was the trailer line.
Yeah.
That, and there's no rule that the dog can't play basketball.
Well, that became legendary.
Yeah, so long story short, Buddy ends up leading the team to victory. They end up winning. Buddy, again, is a hero for this, but unfortunately, Norm shows up at the end of the game, ready to get the dog back again.
Of course, this time he reveals his papers, which are ruined by water.
Entirely, yeah.
Yes.
So this leads them into the finale of the movie, which is a court case.
Yeah, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, so Chaney suggests that Buddy chooses his owner, and that is when we have Judge Cranfield is the judge of the town, and he accepts this proposal. Because by the time we get into the courtroom, it's very funny because Norm shows up in complete clown outfit because he wants to show like what his profession is.
Well, and to pay off the joke where the judge finds out the details of the case and says, "I will not have my courtroom turned into a circus."
And then
a clown
Norm
walks in.
Yeah, because there's a whole joke too because the dog keeps barking and he's just like, "What did he say?"
Yeah. Well, he keeps saying, "Speak." Yeah. Yeah, the dog keeps barking at the gavel. No, it's a pretty solid like vaudeville gag. I like to think that the clown guy just didn't have any other clothes clean that day.
Probably.
He just forgot, and he was like, "Well, I'll look like a crazy person if I wear all these clown clothes without makeup."
So they move the court outside, and that is when Josh is at one side and Norm is at the other.
Well, the judge is convinced that since Buddy is 3 years old,
yeah,
and thereby an adult in human years, that
he
should just choose his owner, which is which I do like. But the part that threw me was the whole like they tried to play it for like suspense, like who will Buddy pick? Like, like why would we even?
Could you imagine if he goes and picks Norm?
Yeah, if he just picked Norm, that would like then I guess instead of the movie being that like friendship and joy conquer all, it would just be like dogs are dumb would be the
credits are just Josh and his family bawling.
Yeah, just crying and then adopting another dog and it bites him and
cuts to Arthur Chaney just shooting hoops at the court.
Yeah, just alone.
So Buddy is placed between the middle of them. Both of them call to Buddy at the same time. We get a fake out, as Henrique said, because Buddy goes to Norm because he's holding a fucking newspaper. And he thinks he's threatened by it. And Buddy barks at him, steals the newspaper, rips it up right in front of Norm, and then runs back to Josh, cementing that is now Josh's dog.
Which was a solid gag.
It really was.
I mean, that he rips up the newspaper. It's almost like, just completely destroying his binds.
Yeah. No, it absolutely is. So naturally, Norm starts freaking out. He charges the family, but the judge is like, have somebody take care of that clown. So Norm is arrested, taken away by the police.
Yeah, well, those are the bailiffs.
Bailiffs, yeah.
Yeah, he's probably I mean, this is a small town. They probably just took him out back and beat the shit out of him
It's
and
possible.
just left him in the puddle of his own urine.
That's very possible.
I mean, small town Washington in the 90s.
I mean, could you imagine a clown being put in a jail cell? Would that go well for him?
Well, in that town, I imagine the only other person would be like hipster Otis the drunk from the Andy Griffith show.
97 Otis.
Yeah, so he'd just be sitting there like really into Beanie Babies. But yeah, I don't know who would get held in contempt of court in that little town.
Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, everybody rejoices. Buddy is now with Josh, and that is 1997's Air Bud.
It sure is.
It sure is indeed. And naturally, that is not where we stopped, though.
No,
It is not. But before we get there, would you like to know some interesting things about the movie?
I mean, sure.
All
Except
right.
you don't even know Buddy's backstory. Jeez.
I mean, it wasn't in the IMDb trivia, so I apologize.
You look up all the other actors.
Bro, I went so deep on this goddamn sequel hunt that I'm sorry.
Were you talking to yourself there?
Maybe.
That's fair.
All right, so the budget was $3 million.
Yeah, that's really pretty svelte.
Yeah.
Although Disney was still like hurting as far as family movies go. They were still hurting a bit. I mean, they were on the upswing, but they were still having a hard time.
Because the slump in Disney was basically 87 to 94,
somewhere
95.
in that neighborhood. I mean, and then when they started having the cartoons were their big thing.
Yeah.
But then they had these little moments like Air Bud or Mighty Ducks.
Yeah.
That really brought them back to prominence fully.
Yeah, because I bet Man of the House probably wasn't a big hit. Or maybe it was.
I don't know.
That's one I want to revisit. I haven't seen that in forever.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
Chevy Chase and Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I was just saying that played HBO a lot.
Modest hit.
Modest hit.
$22 million budget, $40 million box.
Not bad.
Yeah, it did okay. But was that Disney though? And it was, that was Disney because Touchstone was their bread and butter in Hollywood Pictures.
Yeah. So budget of $3 million. Opening weekend takes in basically about $5 million. It's $4,878,000.
Wow.
Which was August 3rd of 1997. Grossing in US and Canada, $23 million. Grossing worldwide, $28 million.
That's a pretty big hit for a $3 million movie.
Shooting started October 29th of 1996 and went through December 1st of 96. It was shot in Vancouver, Port Moody, Rocky Point Park, British Columbia, Canada.
Okay, you mean that was all one place?
That was all one place. Yeah. Finished filming in less than a month. Despite receiving top billing, Michael Jeter has less than 20 minutes of screen time.
I am surprised he got top billing.
Norm Shively's phone number is 555-7833. On his business card, it appears as 555 Ruff, RUFF, because 7833.
Oh man, 7, 8, 3, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
7, 8, 9.
I got you. The movie is set in Washington State, but a lot of cars have British Columbia license plates on them.
Well, back then you didn't even need a passport to drive across the border, so I suppose.
The dog who plays Buddy also played Comet in Full House. Bill Cobbs previously appeared in Fluke in 1995, which featured the same dog Buddy as the lead role in. Principal Pepper calls Buddy Air Bud during Buddy's introduction to the school's first time in the franchise. He is referred to that by his real name.
Huh.
Miramax, then owned by Disney, initially picked up distribution rights for the first film and any sequel that production company Keystone Entertainment would produce. Air Bud ultimately ended up being released under regular Disney branding. When Golden Receiver hit theaters, it moved over to Miramax's Dimension Films label, only to go back to Disney banner for its home video release. This back and forth continued until Air Buddy's spin-offs, at which point the series became a regular Disney property, keeping it out of Miramax's reach.
Wait, so they were like Air Bud 2 Golden Receiver. That's the Dimension, not just Miramax.
Yeah.
It's got to be Dimension.
Yeah.
That is a bizarre choice to release that. Dimension was like the genre label of Miramax.
Yeah. No, it was. Out of the 5 Air Bud films, this is the only film in the series to be rated PG. The original VHS release was mislabeled with a PG-13 rating from the MPAA.
Oh, that's a printing mess up.
Yeah, I would say so. The film boosted the popularity of the already pretty popular Golden Retriever breed to new heights. Buddy unfortunately passed from cancer in 1998, a year after filming this movie. The movie has now spawned 12 sequels and a production company, Air Bud Entertainment. And before I get into those sequels, we do have a very perfectly timed announcement. On July 24th, sources confirmed via Airbud Entertainment and Cineverse that a meta sequel would release in 2026 called Airbud Returns. 12-year-old Jacob has always dreamt of being a basketball star player. An official description says, after the passing of his father, that dream felt even more impossible, but everything changes when he and his mom move into his dad's childhood home in Fernfield. There, Jacob discovers an original VHS of the Airbud movie in his father's belongings and has a chance meeting of a stray golden retriever he names Buddy. Together, they embark on a journey of healing, unite a team of misfits, and chase a championship. Through it all, they learn to play from the heart, believe in each other, and always take the shot. A search is currently underway to cast the new Buddy.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Makes me feel even older.
Yeah, I feel that. So, as I said, we are going to just briefly go through all these fucking sequels that I ended up watching. So we go into Airbud Golden Receiver, which was 98. Josh is now an 8th grader. He tries out for the football team, only to discover that Buddy can also play football.
Which one is this?
This is Airbud Golden Receiver, yeah.
Wow, okay, I didn't realize he went straight to, I mean, I know it was a different dog.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they went straight to another sport immediately.
Oh, yeah. So Airbud Golden Receiver, yeah, he can play football now. An evil duo of Russian circus managers kidnap Buddy, but a chimpanzee that is also kept by the circus performers releases Buddy, and he makes it to the game with the help of veterinarian Patrick, who is dating Josh's mom in this movie. And Josh actually tries investigates him at one point, trying to make sure that his mom is not getting swindled by this guy.
Right. Well, it makes sense that they would know a vet because they've got Airbud to take care of. And
Buddy ends up getting injured in the big game that Patrick returns him to, but Josh and his team end up taking home the championship without the help of Airbud for the final, but he did help in the beginning.
Well, yeah, the first Airbud movie, the kid makes the final shot.
Yeah.
It's more that Airbud is builds his confidence.
I think what's crazy though is so the coach is the guy in Die Hard 2, Merry Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I can't think of what his name is. Give me a second.
He's one of those character actors.
Yeah, but he is legitimately, let's see, where is he at? Robert Costanzo.
Okay.
He's legitimately eating in every scene he's in that movie.
Good for him. The food's free.
I mean, that's fair. But yeah, that is Airbud Golden Receiver in 98. Then in 2000, we got Airbud World Pup, which is Jackie and Patrick. So that is now Josh's family. They have married. Josh meets a young girl, Emma, who has moved to Fernfield from England, who plays on the soccer team with him, but also has a golden retriever named Molly. Josh then discovers that Buddy can play soccer and convinces his coach to let him join the Timberwolves. So Buddy gets to join the soccer team.
Which has the same name as the basketball team.
Yep. They're every single team they play for in the Airbud movies are Timberwolves.
Oh, okay.
So this then leads a rival team that convinces the soccer committee to ban the Timberwolves because of Buddy playing. Either they have to kick the dog off of the team or they have to start their own team. So that is what's going to happen. So the rival team convinces the soccer committee to do that. Buddy is now also the father as Molly gives birth to 6 puppies.
Here we go.
So not only can the dog play basketball, football, and now soccer, it also fucks.
I mean, that checks out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how pro athletes are.
I mean, that's fair. So the committee has a change of heart because one of the star players on the opposing team basically goes to their father and is just like, WTF, why did you kick the Timberwolves off? Why are you so afraid of this dog playing us? So the committee decides to overturn their decision. But also, while this happens, there's also people that kidnap the puppies because they're wanted for experiments because they are all athletically, gifted, basically.
They got good genes, I suppose.
Which is done by an insider that works as a butler inside of Emma's home. But eventually, he gets worked over and gives them the information as where to find the puppies. The Timberwolves then win the championship, and Buddy also helps the U.S. women's national soccer team win the FIFA Women's World Cup against Norway at the end.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Yes, it did. Which then leads us into Airbud's 7th inning fetch in 2002. Josh is leaving for college, but Buddy stays behind. Jackie and Patrick now have a baby of their own, Noah, and Josh's sister Andrea plays baseball, which she discovers Buddy can also play.
Does he actually use a bat?
He does.
I'm assuming it's special effects.
Yes.
I mean, that's just my
It's got to be.
my thought. Yeah.
Also, there's an evil scientist that is now kidnapping the puppies again because they are wanting to get their athletic ability and whatnot with the help of Rocky Raccoon. So there is a raccoon that tricks the dogs into following them as they're caught by the dog napper. Buddy then wins Rocky over, and they locate the missing dogs, helping Andrea win the championship, which Josh surprises the family and shows up at. This is the last movie that Kevin Zegers appears in.
Okay.
Yeah. Then that takes us into Air Bud Spikes Back in 2003.
Oh God. So that's volleyball?
That is volleyball. So Andrea has her best friend Tammy unfortunately moved to California. So she is left without her best friend, and that leaves her feeling really sad, obviously.
Of course.
So she decides that she wants to raise money to go and see Andrea in California. Keep in mind they're in Washington. So it's going to be a hell of a flight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So by that point, then she decides that she's going to go ahead and open up a pet sitting service. And it actually goes really well. She starts making money. She's got a lot of dogs that she's walking at one point, keeps them all in the backyard, except one day the little brother accidentally leaves the gate open and all the dogs get out. They go into the town's local flea market and wreak havoc. So then Andrea has to give back all the money that she's made on her trip so far.
Of course.
But luckily, there's a new kid in town, Connor, who is a volleyball player for the local team. And he tells her that if she joins his team because they need one more player to compete in the championship, if they win the championship, it's going to take place in California.
Whoa.
Yeah. So then with the help of Buddy, who suddenly can play volleyball, they do end up winning.
I mean, you just suddenly, volleyball feels like not as big of a stretch as baseball.
The reveal in Spike's Back of Buddy playing volleyball is Connor is on the other side of the fence because he's the next door neighbor, and he just accidentally hits the ball over, and then Buddy hits it back. So then Connor hits it back again. Buddy hits it back. He thinks it's the little brother next door is what Andrea ends up telling him because that's who it is. But yeah, Buddy ends up taking a spot on the team, and they win the championship, and she gets to visit her friend.
Fair enough.
So that was the final of the Air Bud sequels, at least. So then this leads us into Air Buddies in 2006.
All right.
Are you ready? Because this is a lot.
Sure.
So Air Buddies introduces us to the 5 children of Air Bud, even though there was 6 puppies in World Cup. Don't ask me how. But we have Rosebud, who is the lone girl, the only sister of the youngest buddies. And we also have Butterball, who is the chubbiest, biggest, and oldest of the buddies. We have Mudbud, who is the dirt-loving dude of the buddies. B-Dog, the rapping pup of the buddies. And yes, he does rap in multiple movies.
Oh, because they talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And Buddy talks now, too, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Buddy and Molly both talk now, and now all the buddies talk. And Buddha, who is the peaceful Buddhist of the buddies. So that is Rosebud, Butterball, Mudbud, B-Dog, and Buddha.
Okay.
So this leads us into, we meet Air Bud and Molly's 5 puppies. They are still in Fernfield. The puppies get into trouble because they are left alone while the Fram family goes out and does their sporting events. So the buddies end up causing havoc. They end up tying their housekeeper, Mrs. Niggles, to a chair.
Okay.
And causing havoc. So then they decide to put the buddies up for adoption because they're just too much to handle. So all the buddies go up for adoption.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of dogs.
It's a lot of dogs. Meanwhile, while this is happening, though, a rich kid wants to have Air Bud so he can play basketball with him. And he goes to his father, who offers this crazy guy, who is the father in Donnie Darko, $500,000 to kidnap Air Bud so that his son can have an awesome birthday gift. So he sends out 2 inept guys to go ahead and capture these, and the pups end up deciding to run away because they don't want to be adopted. So this leads Buddy and Molly to go after them because the puppies are then caught by the dog nappers, but they use them as bait to catch Molly and Buddy, which they do. So then the buddies have to rescue their parents, which leads them into this whole chase of going after them, leads them to a farm at one point. At one point, there's also where the buddies are trapped at a drive-in. And the 2 people come at them, and then these bikers come and beat the other 2 guys up because they're going after the puppies.
I mean, bikers like dogs.
Also,
mostly.
Michael Clark Duncan plays a giant dog named Wolf, who teaches.
I'm assuming he's the voice.
Yes.
They didn't just put him in a suit, right?
No,
okay.
no, it is the voice of Wolf.
Okay, I was just making sure.
But he leads them to a farm of safety where they also meet a goat voiced by Wallace Shawn and a cow voiced by Deborah Jo Rupp, who is Kitty in that 70s show.
Yeah.
The long story short, they end up saving their parents, and they are introduced to their new family, so they do end up getting adopted by the kids. So that's the first Air Buddies movie. Snow Buddies in 2008. The buddies playing hide and seek in a park, end up hiding in an ice cream truck, and end up in Alaska.
I mean, why not, right?
Why not? So they meet an Alaskan Husky puppy named Shasta, and he is trying to help his 11-year-old owner, Adam, win a dog sled race that his father lost a year prior when he tragically died because the ice broke underneath him while they were dog racing.
That's
This is a heavy one.
Yeah, that sounds a bit heavy.
No, this is a really heavy one. So with the help of the legendary Alaskan Malmont Talon, voiced by Chris Christopherson,
I mean, that checks out.
he gives the dogs courage and teaches them how to be proper sled dogs. So they end up leading Adam to victory, which he fights a evil French steward at one point. That is another rival racer.
That's also sounds right. Yeah.
And then also Molly and Buddy are tipped off by a cat that saw the dogs playing in the park before they got into the ice cream truck, leading them to Alaska. So the whole family goes to Alaska to get the pups. They're reunited. They win the race. And then the very end of the movie is we see Shasta and Adam now all both grown up being professional dog racers or sled racers.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So that's Snow Buddies.
Okay.
Then we move into Space Buddies from 2009.
So ice cream truck, but they end up in space.
Buddha is owned by Sam, who loves stargazing, and he ends up having a field trip at Vision Enterprises, which is apparently a local space shuttle, and they want to watch the test launch of the new Vision 1 spacecraft. So Buddha and the buddies end up hiding on the school bus so that they can go to the space station, of course. And that is when they actually end up getting on the shuttle that is being tested, and the shuttle ends up launching off with all the buddies on it. Now, I'm going to stop for a second because at this point I was like, this is already giving me Armageddon vibes. And sure as shit, they have to refuel at a Russian space station where Diedrich Bader, playing Yuri,
yeah. Of course,
has his dog Sputnik with him.
Of course, yeah.
And one thing leads to another, and Yuri ends up seeing the puppies. He thinks that he's going to have company on the thing, but the puppies obviously have to get on the spaceship and get back home. So Yuri tries to stop them. This leads to him separating the fuel line, so the Russian space station explodes as Yuri and the space buddies escape.
So a lot of destruction.
So they end up getting to the moon.
Of course.
And by this point, the people back at the space station, which is the voice of Patrick Starr and Lachlan Monroe, are the guys running it, and they end up seeing that the puppies are on the space shuttle. So they decide that the puppies obviously want to go back, but they grab some space rocks. They get back into the shuttle. They're trying to get the puppies back to Earth at this point. Also, by this point, information leaks that the puppies are on the space shuttle and in space. So the kids come to the space station being like, WTF, why are our dogs get launched into space?
It would be a question worth asking.
I would say so.
I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I would probably want to know.
So they attempt to return to Earth. Unfortunately, they get sideswiped by a meteor, which takes out the antenna on their ship. So they have to have some navigation stuff taken care of by a ferret that also works at the space station, which guides them back into Earth safely. Yuri also lands, and he's fine as well. So they end up returning to Earth safely, and their owners are happy. So that's Space Buddies, a.k.a. Puppy Armageddon.
Okay. I wish it was actually called Puppy Armageddon.
Me too. This leads us into my least favorite, which is Santa Buddies.
Wow, Dave hates Christmas.
Oh, no, that's not true. See, there's 3 Christmas movies in this lineup, and I liked the other 2, especially one of them. But this is Santa Buddies, and Santa Claus and Santa Paws, which is Santa's dog,
right,
discover that nobody believes in Christmas anymore as the magic Christmas icicle is melting. So that is when we also meet Puppy Paws, the son of Santa Paws, and he is a bit of a troublemaker inside the toy shop at Christmas time. And he ends up getting exiled from the toy shop because he causes some issues. So he goes to look at the magic icicle and basically says that he wishes that Christmas would disappear. And that is when he also notices the naughty list. He sees Butterball is on the list because Butterball ate the entire Thanksgiving turkey, along with the other dogs that have done some mischief stuff. So he decides that he's going to go to Fernfield and meet these puppies because he wants to learn how to be a dog and not be Santa's helper. So this leads us into him making a wish about, like I said, in regards to Christmas would disappear. This leads into the icicle cracking, which takes out the North Pole's power entirely. The reindeer get sick. They can't make toys anymore. So, that's going on.
Okay.
So Puppy Paws, they think that Puppy Paws is their father in disguise. The buddies do. They think that it's Air Bud in disguise for them to behave. So they start just being completely reckless, which also leads into them at one point having a breakdancing competition with Puppy Paws.
Well, what else would you do?
I mean, at that point. So the buddies then continue to misbehave. They end up ejecting Puppy Paws from their own home, which then he ends up getting kidnapped by a dog napper played by the great Christopher Lloyd, who is Mr. Grunge. And Mr. Grunge ends up kidnapping, like I said, takes the dog, and he is held in the pound at this point. The buddies, along with an elf dog named Eddie, who is voiced by Richard Kind, They make their way to the pound, and one of the dogs ends up singing a song to Mr. Crunch, who was Christopher Lloyd, about the true meaning of Christmas and how he always wanted a dog, and this is not the way to be. So they warm his heart over. They start bringing Christmas cheer to the entire town of Fernfield. Christmas is saved, and we all end up singing Silent Night in the heart of Fernfield around the Christmas tree at the end of Santa Buddies.
Okay.
Then this led us into a prequel to Santa Buddies, The Search for Santa Paws in 2010.
Okay.
Which is basically Santa's head elf, Eli, brings him a stuffed dog, and the stuffed dog is brought to life, which he calls Paws. Paws then basically goes into this town, which I believe is Fernfield again. There's a little girl in an orphanage that is run by Wendy from the Goldbergs, the mom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she plays an evil orphanage owner.
Of course.
There's a whole thing in regards to Santa and Paws going into the town, and there's a toy shop. There's a lot going on here, but basically the main gist is that we get the backstory of Santa Paws, which is really, really awesome in regards to how they execute it through the human characters. There's a lot to go into that I can't because it would be lengthy and I'd have to read the entire Wikipedia almost.
Oh, you didn't write your own notes, huh?
No, I did. I'm reading them right now.
Okay.
But The Search for Santa Paws is basically the backstory of Santa Paws. We learn how Santa Paws came to be, which leads us into the next actual sequel into the Buddies franchise, which is Spooky Buddies.
Okay.
Which is the one that was probably my favorite because it's basically a giant ripoff of Hocus Pocus.
But with puppies.
With puppies, because we have Warwick the Warlock, played by Harlan Williams, in 1937, kidnaps 5 dogs to sacrifice them so he can release the Halloween Hound, which is this dog.
That's dark.
Yeah, that is this giant black dog that lives in this mirror until it is actually summoned forward. He ends up sacrificing 5 of them. On the 5th one, it turns into a ghost right as the townspeople break into the mansion and stop him. So that's 1937. Now we're back into current time. The house has been boarded up, and Pip, the ghost dog, is still around the mansion. So the puppies decide that they're going to go into the mansion on Halloween because their owners are on a Fernfield Halloween field trip.
Of course.
One thing leads to another, and Pip ends up befriending them, but also one of the kids is doing a report on the house, and he ends up going into the police lockup evidence room where they just so happen to still have Warwick's staff. So the kid, thinking that it's just a costume piece, takes the staff, ends up resurrecting Warwick, and now he is out to completely complete his thing again and release the Halloween Hound. So he has to sacrifice more puppies, aka the Air Buddies at this point.
Of course.
Yeah. So this then leads into a lot of Hocus Pocus things ripped off. We have a great scene where we go into the town Halloween dance, which is then all the adults are possessed by Warwick and go after the puppies, of course. There is a spell book mix up at one point. They defeat the Halloween Hound by one of the, I think it's Mudbud farts at him.
Okay.
And that defeats the Halloween Hound.
Well, I mean, what else would?
Warwick catches up with the kid that has his staff. He gets his staff back. He causes havoc on the town, but the buddies end up defeating him. And we also find out that Pip is then reunited as well with the buddies and Mr. Johnson, which was his original owner, who was a kid in the 1937 flashback. So that is when the film ends with the kids waving goodbye to Mr. Johnson as he drives off with the caravan and the puppies to return them to their owners because he brought the 1937 puppies back. So that's going to be really confusing to those owners.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be.
So that's Spooky Buddies. That is
Okay.
that's the highly recommended one of these. As we get into the last 3, which is 2012's Treasure Buddies.
Okay.
Which is Fernfield is now having a museum that has historic things to it about Cleopatra, which was this whole Cleopatra spinoff thing that's actually a cat.
Well, I mean, the Egyptians and cats.
Yeah,
that was a whole thing.
Richard Reel plays the museum attendant, but he's also going to be retiring, and he ends up getting brought onto a excursion via Edward Herman and his evil cat that talks mean to the buddies. So the buddies end up going along with the grandfather and the boy into Egypt, and one thing leads to another. They end up going to Cleopatra's tomb. They find the lost treasure. One of the dogs has a hypnotism contest with a snake at one point.
Okay.
Yeah, and also there's a cursed necklace that turns one of the buddies into a cat, but not a complete cat. It's just like a cat dog. And at one point, the dog is like saying meow and like chasing mice inside of the tomb and everything. So this leads into them completely finding out that Edward Herman's character is evil. So he ends up getting taken out by a camel and some other people as well, in a hilarious Disney way.
Of course.
The buddies find the treasure and it's returned to the museum, and the uncle gets to keep his job. and that's Treasure Buddies.
Well, there you go.
And then the last two, we have a sequel to the prequel of Santa Paws, which was Santa Paws 2, The Santa Pups, which is that the Santa Paws children, the Santa Pups, end up stealing a magic crystal because they have powers of the magic crystal, which is, how we had the magic icicle in Santa Paws.
Right.
So they end up deciding that they're grown enough that they can take control of a crystal. So they end up stealing one and going to Pineville, which is one of the happiest Christmas towns in the world. And they start granting everybody's wishes for Christmas to make them happier. Except these two kids that are struggling. One of them just says, I wish everybody would forget about their Christmas spirit. So now the whole town's zapped of Christmas spirit.
It's always one person who ruins it for everybody else.
So this leads into Mrs. Claus having to come into town, and she's trying to save the Christmas spirit as well. She ends up getting arrested at one point because she's trying to help the pups out. Long story short, the pups end up getting the magic back. They end up having somebody make a wish again, and the Christmas spirit is brought back into the village.
Oh,
and everybody
okay.
lives happily ever after.
Okay.
And then we have my least favorite and final, which was Super Buddies from 2013.
Oh, man.
And Super Buddies is the story of the buddies are now living on a farm with one kid who is having his birthday. His grandfather, played by the great, I just blanked on his name. Shit. John Ratzenberg? The guy from Cheers? Is it Ratzenberg, I think?
I don't know.
2 seconds here. Hang on.
Yeah, John
Ratzenberg. Yeah. So, it's 1 year after the events of the previous film, and Bartleby and his dog Butterball are spending the summer at the grandfather's farm. They end up having a really cool birthday for the kid, and he's really into superheroes, specifically this one that's Captain Canine and Kid Courageous, which is a dog and his human superhero person. They also have this whole thing with these rings of Experion that are collected and bring the power, but it turns out there's this evil alien named Drex that is looking for these rings and ends up coming to Earth and taking over a bunch of human bodies to try and find these rings. The pups end up getting power from the rings and all end up getting superpowers. So they end up having this huge battle at the end in regards to going against Drex, who is completely taken over the town, taken over bodies. He steals a cop car as a police officer at one point, leading to a showdown on the farm where John Ratzenberger, as Grandpa Man, superhero costume and everything, fights against him as best as he can, along with the pups. And then it's also revealed that Captain Canine turns out to be an alien this entire time, along with his wife that he's been looking for most of the galaxy through.
Okay.
And that is Super Buddies from 2013. And that is all of the Air Buddies sequels.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of them.
It is. They're 20 and a half hours of my life I'm never getting back.
Yep. That's gone forever.
So with that in mind, what are your final thoughts on Air Bud?
That's a stream it. I mean, it was a perfectly fun movie. I think if you have a lot of nostalgia for it, it'll hit really, really well.
Yeah.
It's, it's very like that Disney era. You got like the kid who like doesn't have a parent and befriends something unusual and learns to believe in himself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it means well, and it had some legitimately very funny scenes, and the dog is just, Buddy is just incredible.
Oh, yeah, absolutely is.
To watch.
Yeah, it's a streamer for me as well. It's one of those movies that I think it's very well known in the zeitgeist because there's always the joke about dog can't play basketball and all that stuff. So, I mean, people know about it. If you haven't seen it in a while, it's absolutely worth a watch, I think. It's got a lot of heart to it. It's a lot of fun. And honestly, it's less than 100 minutes, so you're pretty quick in and out. And the great Michael Jeter, who, like I said, was taken so soon, he's fantastic in this. Even as the villain, he's so good in this movie.
Yeah, he's very memorable. Lots of slapstick.
Yeah. So do we have any emails this week?
I think so.
Oh, let's see what we got.
We got 2.
Okay.
First one's from our buddy Mike Birdman. It is a long one.
Okay.
All right. Subject, loved the Blade show.
Yep.
Hey guys, been going through a lot these last few weeks, and you two have really cheered me up. Loved the latest Blade show. Saw this at the drive-in many times when I was in high school. One of the best video game memories, oddly enough, connects to Blade. Was playing Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Raven Shield. And was playing a multiplayer match. An entire team had their back to me and were overlooking a portion of the map, and I'd snuck up on the stairs behind them, and I knew my moment had come. Early days of Xbox Live, no less. Switched on my mic at the appropriate time, and then, in quotes, says, "Catch you fuckers at a bad time?" I hear one kid go, "Huh?" as he turns around, unloaded a full machine gun into 6 guys, and team wipe. Not gonna lie, felt pretty good.
I bet.
Pretty beautiful moment, LOL. So you kept mentioning Mortal Kombat. What about a video game movie month, but try ones off the beaten path?
Ooh.
So no Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, etc. Here are some suggestions. Mortal Kombat 2021. I feel like that one is not off the beaten path. It was a hit, but I loved it.
That's great.
Street Fighter 2, the anime or Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li.
Yep.
Wing Commander.
Okay.
Doom from 2005.
Yep.
Need for Speed.
Okay.
Assassin's Creed.
I've never seen that.
Hitman. There are two,
Seen
actually,
both
is
of
what he
those.
says. Yeah.
I've seen Hitman and Agent 47 Hitman.
Uncharted.
Saw that in theaters.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Tekken.
I've not seen it, but I've heard mixed things on it.
I didn't know about Tekken. Had one. And Borderlands, which I feel like somebody's seen it somewhere.
Said not me.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of just came out and zoomed right by.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest thing. I'll admit that most of these suck, though, but could be fun. Random idea as well. The cinematic salute to Uwe Boll and call it Let's Go Uwe Bowling. Followed by bowling ball sound effects.
Fair.
Love the show. Keep up the amazing work. Mike Eschewey.
Thank you, Birdman. We always love hearing from your brother.
Yeah, and some of those would be pretty fun.
Absolutely. I mean, Uwe Boll, I would go ahead and say right now, too, that Rampage, probably one of his best movies, just hit Vudu.
Yeah, Rampage is awesome.
Fandango. So that's the first time HD's been available, I think.
Wasn't that based on the Rampage video game?
Yes, it was.
This next one is from Jake. Subject line, some motherfuckers are always trying to movie uphill. Henrique and David loved the Blade episode and was happy to hear it since not going to trauma dump, but I really needed it. I have a lot of nostalgia for the movie and hearing you guys talk about it was very fun. I love the character in the comics and was introduced to him through the movie and the Spider-Man cartoon.
Yeah.
Same.
Yep.
One of my favorite Wesley Snipes movies is New Jack City.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
I'm curious if you guys would ever consider doing an episode on it since I think it's a pretty enjoyable crime film.
Yeah.
I would totally do New Jack
absolutely.
City. Looking forward to the next episode and your thoughts on weapons since I saw it recently as well. Take care. Well, you got that at the beginning of the show.
You did, yes.
So,
yeah, New Jack City would definitely be one. Like just off the top of my head, New Jack City, King of New York. I would even do Menace to Society. I love Menace to Society, and I haven't seen that in a while. So yeah, those would definitely be ones that we would cover in the future, I would imagine.
Yeah, those would all be really good.
So we always like to end the show with a couple of recommendations. My first one this week is from 1996, and that is Shiloh, currently available on Prime, Peacock, Plex, Pluto, Roku, Tubi, and rentable on Prime and Vudu. A small-town southern boy named Marty Preston must rescue a young beagle from his abusive owner, Judd Travers. Of course, based on a very popular book, one that I watched a lot when I was a kid. I have not seen it in a bit. Curious how it holds up. And then my second one is going to be 2023's Strays, currently on Stars, rentable on Prime and Fandango as well. An abandoned dog teams up with other strays to get revenge on his former owner.
That was a surprisingly hilarious movie. Not a
really
kid's
was.
movie.
No,
by the
it's
way.
not.
Just make sure you say that out loud.
Yeah.
Very, very surprised how much I liked that one.
No, it was a lot of fun.
My suggestion is my all-time favorite dog movie, 1992's Beethoven.
Yes.
I mentioned it earlier. And by the way, I looked at the box office.
Mm-hmm.
Beethoven was like a ungodly hit. It was like 140 something million.
Yeah.
I'll pull that up again.
It was Hughes wrote it. And
Yeah, but he had his name taken off because
taken
he'd
off
left
it.
Universal Studios at that point.
Yeah.
No budget is listed, but $147.2 million.
God damn.
So it was a friggin' massive hit.
Would have to be what, like $5 million, $10 million
10
budget?
at the most, I would
Yeah.
say, because there were some big names in it.
Yeah, Grodin especially.
A slobbering St. Bernard becomes the center of attention for George and Alice Newton's loving family, who must contend with dog-napping local veterinarian Dr. Herman Varnick and his henchmen Harvey and Vernon. Unfortunately, it's only to rent right now. You can rent it on Prime and Fandango, but it's a classic, very, very funny. The other writer was Amy Holden Jones of Slumber Party Massacre fame.
Yep.
So that helps.
Yep.
Never hurts. But I just love that one. It always makes me cry. I've revisited it many, many times.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to work my way through the sequels because I just watched like the first one for the first time. So I got 6 more or 7 sequels to go.
I mean, they're pretty fun. I'd say like the first 4 are pretty solid. I mean, the second one, Grodin's back and everything. I mean,
it looks like the first 3 he's still in. I want to. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's
no,
only
just the first 2.
Okay.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Okay.
It's been a while, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Fair enough. Well, would you like to know what we are talking about next week as August is coming to a close?
Sure.
So we are going to be going back to 2005 for a very underrated movie that I think is somewhat finally getting its due, and that is Red Eye, the Wes Craven airplane thriller.
That is a great film, highly underrated. I saw it in the theater, and I was so glad I didn't miss it.
Yeah, currently on Paramount Plus, Netflix, Pluto, and rentable on Prime and Fandango as well. So we're going to be talking about Red Eye next week with Cillian Murphy and Rachel McAdams. A really, really good time on that one. I actually got to see that in theaters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a really cool experience, and that 4K looks amazing.
I bet it does.
So
Check that out.
all right. Well, with all that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, whether on YouTube or on your favorite podcasting app, and leave us a rating if you have a chance on Spotify or Apple Podcasts.
Absolutely.
And all that's left to say is there's a lot of Airbud jokes.
There's a lot of Airbud jokes, but there's no rules that a dog can't play basketball.
We'll see you next. There are no rules. The dog can't play basketball. Yep.
Fair enough.